Let's create a class that uses special methods. Special methods, also known as magic methods or dunder methods, are predefined methods in Python that allow you to define custom behavior for your objects. These methods are identified by their double underscores, hence the name dunder, before and after the method name. Using special methods allows you to create custom and intuitive behavior for your classes, making them more Pythonic and easier to use in different contexts. For example, implementing the equality and string dunder methods can make your custom class behave more like built-in data types and improve its readability and usability in code. These two methods are the methods that we are going to implement in our class. So in my development environment, I have created a car class that has 4 attributes for color, make, model, and year. And the first dunder method we are going to add to this class is the string method. This method will define the string representation of our car object if we pass the object into the string or print function. So in my class here, down below the initialization method, I'm going to define the string dunder method by putting 2 underscores, str, then 2 more underscores, and then in parentheses, I will put in the self parameter. And then after the parentheses, I will add the function annotation arrow and str just to indicate that it will return a string and my colon. And then in this method, I am going to simply return a string representation of a car object. And this string here will be an F string that says A and passes in the color, make, model, made in, and passes in the year. And if I go down here outside of the class and create 2 car objects, one will be a black Chevy Silverado made in 2023, and car object 2 will be a red Ford Explorer made in 2015. And if I run this, I get the output a black Chevy Silverado made in 2023 and a red Ford Explorer made in 2015. And I could make this string anything I want. It could be something completely unrelated to this class if I wanted to, or it could use every variable in the class like I've done here. The next method we will add is the equality dunder method. The equality dunder method defines the behavior for the equality operator when used on objects of the car class. It gives us the ability to determine how we are going to compare 2 car objects to see if they are equal. So in my car class, under my string dunder method, I'm going to do define 2 underscores eq for the equality dunder method, then 2 more underscores. And this time I am going to pass in the self parameter as well as the other parameter. And the other, it will be the object that we are comparing to the current object that's calling this method. And I will add the function annotation arrow to indicate that this is going to return a Boolean. And the first thing that I want to do is check to see if the other object is even a car object, because if it's not a car object, there's no point in checking to see if they are equal. And we can do this by using the built-in isInstance function. So I'm going to say if isInstance, and I will pass in other, and then I will check to see if it is a class car. And if it is, we will return the Boolean value of self.make equals other.make and self.model equals other.model and self.year equals other.year. So basically what we're trying to make sure of is that the make, model, and year are all the same. We don't really care if the color is the same. And if the isInstance built-in function returns that the other object is not even a car object, we will return false. And if I scroll down here, I will create a third car. And this time I am making a blue Chevy Silverado made in 2023. In my print function calls, I am going to print if car1 is equal to car2. And then in the second one, I am going to print if car1 is equal to car3. And these are going to output Boolean values of either true or false. And if I run this, we'll get false because car1 is not equal to car2. Car1 is a Chevy Silverado made in 2023. Car2 is a Ford Explorer made in 2015. However, car1 and car3 output true because based on our equality dunder method here, where we are only checking the make, model, and year, these 2 cars, which are both Chevy Silverados made in 2023, will be considered equal even though they are different colors. The string and equality dunder methods are the only ones that I am going to demonstrate here, but there are many more. There are dunder methods for the less than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to comparison operators. There are dunder methods to define the behavior of arithmetic. So adding two of these objects together, subtracting one object from another, multiplication, division. There are tons of dunder methods that you can work with, and I encourage you to look through the Python standard library documentation, check them out, and practice working with them a little bit.